It's been a little while. I've been gone for a bit longer than I have over the past months. I've been pretty consistent. There just has been a lot of growth on this channel over the past months, and I want to start off this video by thanking everyone that has been supporting me. I want to say welcome to all the new people that are on this channel, that have found my videos, that have resonated in some kind of way. If you're new here, let me introduce myself today. Since it's been a little while, I don't always do introductions because I just like to get straight to the point. But hey, my name is Lean, and I was just very busy working. I wish I could say I took a break, but I was so busy working, I just literally had no time almost to sleep. Today it's August 30th as I'm filming, and honestly, I don't know, but the past 4 days I've been feeling like it's October. And also the way that I've been working, I already feel like the school year has started when actually I still have a month of vacation. But I've just been working so much, getting ahead of the next season and really getting ready and preparing for the last 4 months of the year, which already feels so abundant. I already feel like there's a lot of things coming in and a lot of new opportunities. It's definitely going to be a lot of hard work over the next months, but I'm actually very happy about that. I really love working. I love to be busy. I love to spend time investing my energy in the places that I know are building, leading to somewhere, growing something that we're creating. And I was also thinking about it, that a lot of the things I want to do and just the confidence I feel today to take leaps of faith towards the opportunities and the roads in life that I wanted to do. It's something that I've prayed for a lot of time, that I felt very insecure about. And sometimes it feels like we are not good enough, or that we'll never be able to achieve certain things or be the person that we need to be to receive new opportunities or to get invited or step into new places ourselves. So I'm really excited about what's to come next. And with that, there has just been so many things coming up for me, so many thoughts, feelings that I thought, that's pretty interesting to talk about on the channel. So I hope this video can be a little cozy. Maybe you got your cup of tea if you're already in the Halloween or autumn vibe. I'm so down for this new season. So if you've been on this journey for me for a while, if maybe you've listened to the podcast before, or you've just been an OG watching the videos for a long time, a lot of the times I used to give like very motivational videos, like giving courage and like giving that motivation that sometimes we might need when we feel down. It was really like a support and a guide through hard times. And lately I haven't really been needing those videos anymore because I feel kind of secure and safe and more stable in my everyday life. It doesn't mean that there's no ups and downs. It doesn't mean that sometimes I don't feel insecure or I don't feel like something that I want is possible, but it just means that I no longer need that constant outside external validation from other people, from other places, to reassure myself that what I want is possible. And that's why I also don't make content like that anymore, because I just feel like that was a very unhealthy place for me to be in. I do respect people that do make content like that, because I was very happy that I did have it and it was something that I needed at the time. But for me, I wasn't there anymore, and I felt like if I created content like that, it would keep me stuck in a loop, or I didn't want my viewers, which would be you, to depend on me for that motivation. And I would push you to find that motivation within yourself in the long term, right? And so now things have been pretty good. Slowly, reality has been kind of calm. We've been, like I talked about before, getting rid of toxins in the soil. That's something that I haven't said in a long while. But, now I feel like we have grown so much beneath the soil in the dark. There has been so much internal work that it's now time to like grow and like come out of the ground, come out of the soil and really reach the sky finally, right? So that's kind of really scary because no one prepared you for the fact, like, it's not because you're out of the darkness that the light is going to be always smooth sailing and perfect and there won't be any challenges. There's things out of our control as well that are going to happen and that are going to test our roots, that are going to, challenge us, but in ways that it's going to help us grow stronger. But it doesn't mean that it's always going to be a fun ride. So that was a hard pill to swallow. Something that I'm still settling in, but very good. It's kind of like starting to accept, but it's also taken away the expectation that things are magically, miraculously one day going to be all perfect and there's never going to be challenges anymore. Life is just so unexpected. And for the longest time, I was so focused on not trying to be my own enemy, because sometimes the turmoil, the destruction comes from within, and that is something that we can control. So that is really something that I would push and advise anyone on to work to really become your own friend, to really love yourself, to really be your biggest support, because life is never going to always be on your side. Life is never going to always be smooth sailing. So how difficult would it be to go through life when sometimes the odds are stacked against us and we ourselves are beating ourselves up on top of that as well? So I feel like I've come in this place where now, I'm a really good friend to myself. I enjoy my own company, and now I had to make a deal with myself and say, like, okay, like, we're good enough. We've seen that we're pretty good at doing this. We can trust ourselves. It's time to face new levels. And you know what they say, new levels, new devils. As soon as you can turn your focus outward and now refocus on getting to the next level in the external life and no longer in the internal life, but they're always coexist, of course, but as within, so without. But that gets just very interesting to see, like, okay, now we're really stepping onto the next phases of life. And to be honest, I have been cautiously optimistic, and it has been the word for me this whole summer. Cautiously optimistic, not expecting anything, not necessarily desiring something outside of myself, because that is what I've been doing the last year. And my God, the way it breeded suffering into my life, I was miserable. There were a lot of good things in my life. There were a lot of things that I prayed for. There was abundance. I was living on the outside. Me 2 years ago would have been delighted, excited, crazy, like, how is this my life a year from where I was a year ago? But me in that present moment, I was so focused on the things that I still didn't have, and I was so focused on the things that were still going wrong when there was so much going right. But I just thought that everything would go amazing all at once and there would be no difficulties in life, and which is okay. It's okay to go through that phase. It's okay to sometimes be annoyed and distressed and frustrated and whine about, like, bro, like, why do I feel like I'm constantly being challenged? It's like life is toying with you sometimes, especially when you've been going through it for such a long time. After a while, you can just get so annoyed. This has really pushed me to just take this next step. And for me, the next step, the last step we need to take to always, like, release ourselves and find peace and come closer into a place of flow and just, like, that exhale is when you realize that you cannot control your external environment. You cannot change what is outside of you, but what you can change is how you process things, what you look at, what you focus your energy onto. And that's what I always end up doing. Even though there will always be things in life that will not go the way you want them to, there is always enough to be grateful for. And if you don't see that, you really have to open your eyes better. Because I'm telling you, if we're not grateful for what we have, if we take for granted what we have today, there will come a day where everything will get taken away and you will be shown in maybe the future how fortunate you were in the time that you were being ungrateful for the little, which for some people can be a lot. That's why also they say comparison is a thief of joy, because we can always compare ourselves with the next person and it will never be good enough. We are so used to so many things in our life, like a roof above our head, a bed to lay in at night, food on the table. And those are always the basic stuff, but those are such important things that when you don't have them, it feels like the biggest riches in the world to have it when you do. These are such cliche things that people say, but at the end of the day, they're so true. And it's really our mindset and our way of appreciating and coming back to gratitude that will change the quality of our life, because there will always be more to be wanted. There will always be more to be had, to be desired. But like I've said in one of my last videos, for me, it has really been about learning to want the things that I already have and finding peace with that. Because now that things are going really well, that is a joke now. That is like the thing that I'm kind of struggling with right now, is that now that things are going really well, and now that I know that I can handle also external things not happening, I'm not necessarily attached to the things that I don't have yet, or I'm not clinging on to some certain desires, or I'm okay with not having certain things. And it's almost like I don't want anything anymore. I'm grateful with what I have. And if I get something that I really like, cool. If it doesn't happen, also cool, because I'm going to figure it out. So now that I don't really want anything that I don't have anymore, the fear has displaced itself to losing the things that I already have. Man, the way the last few days I have been so almost like afraid of losing family members, and of sickness, and like death, and like just like the things that you don't even think about a lot of the times, because it's a thing that we don't think about unless it happens. And it's things that we also don't want to imagine that it could happen to us. It's a thing that we think, oh, we know that it happens around us all the time, and we hear it happening to people, but somewhere in our heart and in our mind, we just tell ourselves, and we hope that by telling ourselves this will be true, that it will never happen to us. And it has actually brought me to tears. Like, it really got me anxious, because my mind is so powerful that I can, or maybe it's me feeding the fear, feeding the idea, and feeding the thought in order to already prepare myself emotionally for if that's going to happen. And I know that is so messed up, but something in me still feels like something is going to go wrong. Like, my life has been a little too good lately, and I just can't seem to trust it yet. And it's like I want to emotionally prepare myself for the worst case scenario, so that when it happens, maybe it hurts a little less. I know that sounds absurd. That doesn't make sense. As if I imagine something happen today, it won't hurt like when it actually does happen. That is just the crazy shenanigans that I've been dealing with. And that's why I just wanted to say to myself, and maybe somebody could use this today as well, let's just come back to the present moment. Let's just not focus our energy into what ifs, into things that haven't even happened yet. If things are going good today, even though that might be so scary, appreciate this time, because good times usually don't last for long. But we might as well enjoy it to the fullest, embrace it, because these times are so scarce and they're so precious. There's already so many things in life to be afraid of, to mourn. There's a lot of sadness that we live. So let's not already borrow the sadness from a future that might not even happen, and taint our life with some negative emotions or things or heavy feelings. Just because we're afraid to feel them in the future. We will eventually feel them, because nobody lives forever. That's just a fact. But while the people are still here, can we not focus on the love and the gratitude? Can we not spend more time together and appreciate each other's presence while it's still possible? Can we not make some more good memories while we still can, and focus and share the things that maybe you wouldn't be able to share if that date would come? And I know this sounds so dramatic because I'm talking about death and stuff, but it's true. It's a real fear because death is so real. It's not something that we can like escape. And it's like we live every day and we know that every day can be our last, but still it's a thought that we have to put away so far. Otherwise, why would we want to live? Otherwise, nothing seems worth living. If we would live with the fear every day of dying that same day, why would we move forward? I think that's a fear that would kind of paralyze us into a standstill, into not being present, into not enjoying life to the fullest. That's a very difficult thing sometimes, but it does not help to constantly overthink what might happen in the future. And this can come with everything, even with relationships, with friendships, with job. What if it goes wrong? Blah, blah, blah. What if, what if, what if? What if? Then it will suck for a little while, but then you will learn to deal with it. And life will move on. And you'll find other things to worry about. And you'll find other things to be grateful for. Right now, you've already moved on from something heavy that happened in the past. And now it's maybe your time to just enjoy it and to be grateful for it and to be present and to share the love and be happy without having to look over your shoulder every single second. I know. Very strange. Very strange. Anyways, I hope that makes some kind of sense. But it felt nice to share. I really miss being on here when I'm not filming. It's really fun. It's just like my little space where I can just like be myself and rant about the crazy things that I can't have in every single day conversation, because who the hell talks about this? People love small talk and I love deep talk, but ain't nobody got time for this on the street. People are worrying every single day, and so I'm very grateful that I have some people on here that are as crazy enough to listen to it and to accept me as I am, and to create a space where that's normal and that's okay, and that's not a strange thing to constantly think about existential being, if that makes some kind of sense. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really had a great time. I hope you did too. Thank you so much for being back. If you like this video, feel free to leave a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe, because there's many more where this came from, and there's many more to come, because I say so. So thank you for being here, and I hope to see you in the next video. It was your girl Lee. Bye.